Who's the best Raider QB ever?
Ever? Wow.
Who is it? Let's go tie into the overall theme a little later. But yeah, let's go ahead. Chris, let me know. Who's the best Raider QB in your eyes?
I mean, the thing is, it's all about what you've seen. You know what I'm saying? If I go by just history, I'm saying Stabler, but I ain't have a chance to really watch Stabler. I ain't have a chance to really enjoy Stabler. But the best Raider quarterback that I've seen since I've been living was Rich Gannon. But I mean, if I have to go with history, I mean, it's Stabler all day. But again, I didn't get it. I didn't get a chance to enjoy him. Pause. No Diddy. Shit.
Yo, craziness. Hey, all right, Turf. From your perspective,
I mean,
Raider QB ever.
You gotta, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna go with history, I think it's a unanimous Stabler.
Yeah.
From that respect, I'm going to change it up, and I mean, it's not him, but it's who I revere as the guy that I think about the most of the position, and that's Jim Plunkett. Just facts.
I'm not mad.
I don't know how to explain that. He's definitely not the best of them, and that's my point. Like, but he's the guy that I think of when it comes to the Raiders. I mean, he's got us a Super Bowl. He's got us a chip. We only got 3, right? You know what I'm saying? Who got us the other 2? Stabler got 1, right? Who got all the chips?
Well, Stabler got 1. Plunkett got 2, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Plunkett has 2.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Plunkett has 2. So I mean, that's the reason why. Honestly, I would put him even above Stabler. But that's not from a physical, right? That's not from a who was the better quarterback, who had the better outcomes, who had the better success. It's obvious. It's going to be Plunkett. And I've always held him close because of that. But if I'm going to keep it 100, it's going to be Stabler.
Let's hear the youngin. Let's hear what the youngin got to say. Because if he say something like Derek Carr, I'm out, y'all.
No, because look, and this is what I'm going to say, right? And this is what I'm going to say. Listen.
Get ready to hit the button, Turf.
No, look. If what we're talking about, what you just said, Chris, is based off what you've seen.
Okay. That's fair.
That is fair. That's fair.
So, but then we got to restructure the question then. Who's the best Raider quarterback you saw?
That's what I'm saying. If it's the best one I saw, it's Derek Carr.
Is it really?
I was really like the meat of the fanhood, right? Pause. But was realistically in the time we was going through that fucking quarterback carousel, bro. Like, Jason Campbell, fucking Carson Palmer trade. What else
you were like, wow.
Terrell Pryor for that short stint.
Right.
The Matt McGloin time for a little bit. When that motherfucker was going, wow. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this is the momentum of the fandom. So the best motherfucker I've seen is Derek. That's a sad case.
That's fair. That's fair. Gannon's mine.
So look. Let's be objective. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Derek Carr was not trash.
No, not at all.
Not at all. He was not trash. It's not. There is no knock on the fact that he is the best that you've seen based on age. I mean, and he was a good quarterback, man. He just didn't. He couldn't get it done for us.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, his stats, bro. The stats don't lie, man.
I understand.
And that's,
But the only reason I say that, you got to think about this: the dudes you guys have mentioned, right? Won, right?
And that's why the results matter.
The results for me is bad. But before I continue, because I want to get this answer, gotta get to the stage. Papa, what's going on with
Rundown?
What up? What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What's cracking, big bro? AKA Papa Rundown, AKA the dude. That's the dude.
All my killers in the house today, man. You know what I mean? It's pre-draft week, so you know, it should be nice and crazy right now, man. Everybody got their speculations up, the antennas are up. So, you know, I'm chiming in trying to get it with y'all, man. How y'all feeling?
Good,
yes,
man.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Man, always feeling good. But had the question real quick, Pops, from your perspective.
Yeah, I want to hear his.
Who's the best Raider quarterback ever? Okay, so you can start from the perspective of like who's the best Raider quarterback you've ever seen. So who would you think that is?
I mean, without a doubt, the best quarterback I've seen, you know, with my own two eyes would actually be you know, Rich Gannon. If you talk about live, I mean, I just have to be real.
Yeah,
It's been, you know, it's been a while since you know, we've really had a true dominant quarterback. I heard you guys talking about Derek Carr earlier. He would definitely be number two, you know, just as far as what I've seen. But you know, you got to throw Kitty Stabler in there somewhere. You know what I mean? My own eyes, I would say Gannon. But overall quarterback, I mean, you can't take away the greatness that Kitty Stabler, you know, that he showed for the Raiders. So I do that.
Yeah, so it's like, but that's the thing. We got to go back, and this is why I say it tie into the whole overall theme. And I do understand Carr was not really terrible, right? He wasn't terrible.
He was not terrible.
No, not at all.
He was to say he was terrible.
He was mediocre. He was mid. He was mid.
Bro, I wouldn't even say that. I would say he was actually above mid until he got hurt.
I would too. I'd say he was above mid.
2016 Carr was nice. 2016 Carr was nice.
Hey, y'all gotta put a little respect on him, bro.
Okay, look. Let's do it like this. He was 6 out of 10.
He didn't have an offense either. They didn't build that. That's back when
the organization
was. That's what I'm saying. And the offense was the cheapest of the game. Like our defense was probably ridiculously overspent.
I mean, would you say you give Derek Carr 6 out of 10?
I would give him a 7 out of 10 minimum.
7 out of 10.
I might have given him a 7.
I'm giving him a 7 out of 10.
Never mind, man. I was about to say Turf. No, I'm about to say we know how Turf's grading scale is. So I'm like, man, I ain't even fooling with Turf today, bro. I ain't fooling with Turf today, man.
7 is cool.
Turf ain't about to get me off my square, man.
I give him a 6.5. Just based off legacy, I'd be like,
I'm gonna give him a solid 7, bro. Carr, solid 7. The numbers,
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
Don't lie, bro. The numbers don't. The numbers don't lie. Arguably, there is no arguably. He is the best statistically that we've ever had, whether you like that or not. Whether you like it or not. So that's what I'm trying to say. What are y'all like? If we gonna keep it a buck, you know what I'm saying? Who has like? Where are we going to go with it? Are we going to go by success? Are we going to go by success?
You know what? I'm not doing this today.
He has the longest tenure.
Why we had to, Chris?
I'm not doing this,
man.
Man.
The people came to see, dog.
No, they ain't come here for no Derek Carr talk, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not. Y'all ain't baiting me in, bro. Y'all ain't baiting me in.
Only reason I brought that up is to say,
in the red zone.
See how far we have to go back to fucking talk about this. We have to finally get some answers, bro. And there's no wonder that why certain teams, i.e. us sometimes, is always picking at the top of the fucking draft is because, number one, we don't fucking draft right. And number two, we ain't really had a solution at the position. I mean, now you can say Derek, but after 2016 and that decline started to fucking happen, bro, we were stuck in purgatory at that point, to me. Right. So it's like we're not getting no better. We're not getting no. We're just here. You know what I mean? And
by the time it's not. But it wasn't like they didn't try. Again, right? Jamarcus Russell was a try. That was a reach.
That was long. That was long, bro.
But I'm saying they did try some things and it just didn't work out.
Troll.
Yeah. Listen. I agree. It has been a long time. You know, far between as far as us having an effective quarterback. And just real quick, everything wasn't Derek Carr's fault. You know,
no. We'll
go back and say everything wasn't his fault. He probably could have been better if he had the infrastructure around him, you know, to be better. So that's one. 100%. But you know, pinging onto the draft real quick, I heard y'all talking before I got on. That's why it's time for us to get a new quarterback. It's time for us to really find that franchise guy and really invest in that, because we see that's just the way of the world in the NFL right now with quarterbacks. You have to have that guy. And it's been so long since we've had anyone close to a caliber of a winning quarterback consistently playmaking quarterback. So if this draft offers that with these quarterbacks, then yeah, we need to be aggressive. And like you guys have heard me say already that I'm definitely on that Michael Penix train. Although I've heard last week, the Patriots situation, maybe they're open for business. Jaden Daniels not really feeling Washington like that. A week out before the draft, those kind of things start popping up when people try to start placing themselves other places. You know what I mean? We've seen it before. So that being said, yeah, now's the time for us to try to strike while the iron is hot and go ahead and be aggressive. And if it takes us being aggressive to move up to get Jaden, I'm all for it. But if we don't, the case that we don't, I still feel like Michael Penix would be a great pick of where we're dwelling at as far as draft position. I think he'd be a good pick for us, fellas. Like, we need to go ahead and invest in the thrower of the football. We need to invest in a trigger man, and I think this year is the year for us to do that.
Yeah, we were just talking about that, like you said, this might be the year. But if you look at what the chat is saying, look at the chat. Stabler.
Well, that's because that is the guy. I mean, it doesn't really
Plunkett.
What is his stats though? See, because that again,
probably not nothing crazy.
You can't go by stat because
then I mean, what I mean, you can put it up. You can put it in perspective based on the times. You can. You absolutely can.
For the time.
And that's what I'm saying. If Stabler was at the top of the game when he was playing, and he was the dude in the league, not just on the Raiders, then
he got win the MVP.
And don't forget, fellas, the Raiders were a very run-heavy team during the 70s. They ran the football a lot. If you guys, I tell you guys all the time, I like history, so I'm the kind of guy that'll sit up on a Sunday and watch John Facenda, listen to John Facenda talk about the Raiders and the highlights and all that, and the Stabler, and Cliff Branches. So they ran the football an awful lot back then, so the stats can be skewed a little bit as far as quarterback, but like I say all the time, it's not really just stats all the time. It's about playmaking and moments and winning games that, sometimes are ugly. And Stabler did that a lot. You know what I mean? Like those are intangibles that don't really get quantified when you're talking about, who's the greatest ever this, or who's the best ever that. Sometimes there's just moments that are greater, you know what I mean, than the stats and everything else. And Stabler was one of those quarterbacks that always stepped up in the moment.
Yep, I agree 100%. He did. He never failed.
Completely agree. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Everybody's going stupid, man. Wild Turkey in the building. Shout out to Wild Turkey.
Turkey.
DC who, huh?
Raider 805, man. What's the deal, man? Shout out
to Raider, yes, sir. Yeah, I agree. That's why I put them both up there myself. Like I said, if we gonna go off of success, it's obviously without a doubt Plunkett. If we going off stats, it's going to be probably Stabler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And my apologies for not mentioning Jim Plunkett. Jim Plunkett got 2 bowls for us. So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's my apologies for not mentioning him. You know what I mean? He gets talked about, but it's kind of funny. Sometimes he don't get talked about as a Raider quarterback. He'll kind of get in between Derek Carr and Ken Stabler. So yeah, much love to Jim Plunkett, man.